Hey guys, Coach Josh here. Today we're gonna start with a speed workout. So we're gonna start building the foundations for getting you moving fast. After we build strength, we wanna work on using that strength and starting to move your body in a faster way. It's gonna help us generate more club head speed. Don't need too much equipment for this workout. You just need your band, a sturdy anchor point, and a medicine ball and a mat on the floor if you need it. Okay, we're gonna start on the floor. You're gonna get into an all fours position. All right, we're gonna do some cat-cows here. So all we're gonna do is get wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And from here we get a nice neutral tabletop position. Now we go into the cat. Tuck the hips under, tuck the chin down, round the back out. And then we're gonna go into the cow position where the tailbone tips up, chest tilts up, look up a little bit. Breath in, breath out. Tuck under into the cat. Inhale, open up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, down. You're gonna do this 8 times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Breathing in, just getting that spine moving in some flexion and extension. Round that back, push through the floor. Breathing in, breathing out, and one more. Breathe in and breathe out. So there's our cat-cows done. You can stay in this position now. We're gonna work on the hips, getting those muscles engaged. Imagine you're a dog sitting beside the fire hydrant here. We're going to take that knee and squeeze it straight out to the side. So I'm not lifting the pelvis up like this. I'm keeping this as level as you can. Use the muscles in this hip, squeeze the leg out to the side, pause for maybe a second, and then back down. So feel these muscles in the hip and your core engaging. Both elbows stay straight. Again, we're gonna do 8 on each side. Squeeze it out, there's 4. I feel my core and hip really engaging. Push through the floor with the arms so your upper body stays stable. Again, we don't want the trunk or pelvis to tilt too much as we're doing this. 2 more to go. There we go. And one more time, squeeze. And you can see down this way, I'll show you the other side. Trying to keep that pelvis as level as possible. Imagine you're trying to balance a glass of water on your lower back. Push the hands through the floor. We don't want to see the elbows kind of bending like this as you come down. Squeeze that leg out. Make sure you control it. Hold it at the end range for a second so you feel those hips engaging. And 2 more. Now I feel those hips getting warmed up. There we go. Now I'm gonna take this leg, bring it straight out to the side. So this foot is gonna be straight across from the knee, okay? From here, my wrists are still gonna be under the armpits or shoulders. Try and lengthen the spine. So I'm not moving this way. I want you to lengthen the spine and tilt the tailbone out and back. So trying to flatten the spine, push the butt back as far as you can. And keeping this leg straight, you should feel a bit of a stretch here already. We're gonna stick the butt out, rock back. Rock forward, hinging the hips a little bit. Should feel a little stretch in the hip and groin here. Trying to keep that knee as straight as you can. Foot's flat on the floor here. We're gonna do this 8 times. Inhale forward, exhale as you rock back. Breathe in and breathe out, push back. We've got 2 more to go. And again. There we go. And then I'm gonna switch sides. So knee down, bring the other foot out to the side, foot is flat. Trying to level the hips out, and again, stick the rear end out, get that lower back as flat as possible, and rock back. Working for that big stretch in the inner thigh of the straight leg. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. 2 more to go. Again, 8 on each side here. And 1 more time. Excellent. So now we're gonna bring it up a little bit to a half kneeling position. So I'm gonna have one knee up. From here, I'm gonna show you this way. Make sure your ankle is a little bit forward of the knee, okay? And I'm gonna extend my hips forward. So I'm not going to be this way. We don't wanna see an angle here. We're gonna try and bring this up as much as possible. Tuck the hips under and squeeze this glute, okay? So then I've got this hip extended. Now I'm gonna bring this knee forward a little bit, open this up, and back. You can bring this foot a little bit wider, rock forward, open the hip up. Again, keep this nice and tall so the chest isn't leaning forward, chest stays tall, opening the hip forward, rock forward and back 8 times. Again, if you want to pad under your knee, that's totally fine. Inhale back, exhale as we come forward. One more time. There we go, I feel that in here and in here as well. And now we're gonna go the other way. Again, tuck the hips under a little bit, keep the core engaged, rock forward and back. Keep the spine nice and tall, and my lower back stays pretty flat. I'm trying to move my hips forward. I'm not trying to arch the back there. I want to keep the back nice and neutral, tucked under. Opening up those hips. Inhale back, exhale forward one more time. All right, so lower body, we're getting things moving. Gonna come up to a standing position now. From here, if you look at my shoulder, imagine this is a clock. We're gonna do some shoulder clocks. So 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6, 9 o'clock. We're gonna go up to 12 with both sides. Then we're gonna go forwards around the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, 12. Again, make big circles. My elbows are pretty straight, okay? I'm not doing this. We're moving the whole shoulder blades. Get up as high as you can. Forwards, down, back, open the chest as you come back up. Big breath in as you come up. Again, we're gonna do 8 circles in each direction. Getting those shoulder blades moving along the back side of the rib cage, really important. Have that control of the scapula. Push down and back, open that chest up. You can see my chest is really opening up as I squeeze the shoulder blades back to 9 o'clock and then up and around. And now we're gonna switch directions. I'm gonna go up and back. So up, back, down, and around. So we're going up to 12, back 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back up to 12 o'clock, okay? Nice and smooth, elbows stay straight. Inhale up, exhale down. Really trying to open that chest up as you're pulling the shoulder blades down. This is a great warm-up also for your shoulders to do on the range before you hit balls. It's a really good one. One of my favorites. Breathing in. Excellent. So now that the shoulder blades and shoulders and rib cage are kind of getting warmed up, now we're gonna take the shoulders, actual shoulder joint, get those warmed up. We're gonna do some arm circles, okay? From here, the hands are just maybe at or slightly below shoulder height, palms up. We're gonna make some tiny little circles going forwards this way. Stay nice and tall, okay? Gradually getting a little bigger. All right, so from here, that chest stays up, gradually getting a little bigger. You're gonna do about 15 to 20 of these as you get bigger, as big as you can, nice and slow. If it's a little creaky back here, you can go a little slower. Make sure you get as big a circle as possible. Now we're gonna get a little smaller, medium size, smaller, smaller, tiny, tiny circles. So that's going forwards. Now we get to do the same thing going backwards. I'm gonna go back this way, again, moving from the shoulder. If you have to take a break, but we should be feeling those shoulders really getting warm, starting to burn a little bit now. Big circles now, as big as you can. And a little smaller, a little smaller, a little smaller, and there we go. So shoulders are warmed up, okay? Upper back, shoulders are warmed up. Now we're gonna open up the chest and get some trunk rotation here. And to get you in a kind of a nice tall stance here, hands in front of the chest. This is called a T-swing, and I'll show you this way. It's called a T-swing because when I swing my arm back, my body looks like the letter T. Pretty straightforward. I swing that back, my head stays looking straight forwards, and then I swing the other arm back. So we alternate, swinging the arm back, swinging the arm back. The lower body's stable. There might be a little bit of movement here, but I'm not swinging like that with the legs, okay? We're keeping the legs pretty stable. Again, great warm up to do when you're on the range, getting ready to go out and practice or play. Gets the whole body, upper body warmed up and loose. Okay, we're gonna do 8 of these on each side in a tall stance. And then, once we do those, now let's bring it into your golf posture, okay? Hinge the hips back so your fingertips are maybe just touching your kneecaps. All right, we're gonna maintain posture here, keep the head steady, and swing it back this way. So now you can see I'm really opening up this side, getting some trunk rotation. What we want to avoid is just doing this. You can see the difference. If I just reach my arm back, I'm not really rotating at the chest. So feel like you're taking your arm, shoulder, and chest. You can see I'm turning my whole chest towards the camera there. And then I turn my chest towards the wall over there. Okay, keeping the head steady. Okay, so if you didn't pass the trunk rotation test, this position might be challenging, and you might be finding that you're flicking the arm back, which is what will happen in your golf swing. So we really want to make sure the chest can turn at least 50, 55 degrees in each direction. Okay, the more you can turn, the wider the swing arc you'll be able to generate, the more distance you'll be able to hit those drives. Okay, swing the arm back, keep the lower body stable, keep the head steady. Again, I can really feel the upper body getting warmed up here. Swing the shoulder back, okay? Now we're gonna go back to the lower body after you do 8 of those on each side. I'm gonna take a wide stance here, wider than shoulder width. Gonna keep my left leg straight. I'm gonna hinge back with the right hip. Sit back, feeling a stretch here, and then push off, and then I alternate. Sit back on the left side, boom, all the way up. Sit back and come up, sit back, come up. So I'm working on shifting weight into one side, pushing off, shift into the other side, push off. Sit back, up, sit back, up. I'll show you from this side, hinge back, come up. You can see my hips hinging back. My trunk has to hinge forward a little bit. I'm not trying to stay vertical here, because if I stay vertical, you can see I'm putting a lot of bend in the knee. You want a little bend, but I want you to hinge back at the hips. Get used to pushing the butt back, behind the heels, and feeling that little stretch in the inside of the straight leg here. Okay, we're gonna do 8 of those on each side. And once we're done those, we're gonna do what's called an air squat. So from here, feet are shoulder width apart, grab the ground with your feet. You're trying to screw your right foot clockwise, left foot counterclockwise into the floor. When I do that, my thighs turn out. I'm grabbing the ground with my feet. I'm gonna drive the hips back and sit back. You can see the knees are out over the outside edges of the feet, and come back up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, up. I'm gonna do 2 sets of 10 here. There's 5, fairly brisk, drive the hips back. There we go, 1 more. There's 10, I can feel my lower body getting warmed up. Again, keeping your core engaged, hips pushed back, screw your feet into the ground. Let's do 10 more, here we go. Inhale down, exhale up. Push the butt back, let the knees bend. Getting warm now. You can feel my temperature getting up there. 1 more time. Excellent. Really important whenever we're working on speed, we want to get the core temperature up. We want to get the muscles and the blood flowing so that you're warm. Your muscles are just like an elastic, okay? If you put an elastic in the freezer and then you pull it out 10 minutes later and you go to pull on it, it's a lot more likely to snap. But if you got that elastic warmed up and then you rub it in between your hands for a few minutes and then pull on it, it stretches, okay? Your muscles are the same. So you gotta get them nice and warmed up before we try and move them fast, okay? Last warm up, we're gonna do a lunge and twist, all right? So from here, I'm gonna step forwards, try and come down as low as I can. So that might be, for some people, this might be as low as you get. For other people, you might be able to get almost to the ground. Wherever you can maintain balance, that's the most important thing. All right, we're gonna lunge forward. I'm gonna turn my chest towards this thigh. Now, you can see I'm really turning my chest. I'm not just trying to swing my arms across this way. You can see if I just move my arms across, I'm not turning my chest as much as I am here. Now my chest is pointing well over to the side. Then I step back, step forward, balance, come down, chest towards the front leg, step back. We're alternating. Boom, turn, back to the front, back. So break it into little pieces. Balance, turn, back to the center. Think of it as 4 parts. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Most of the time people, they're already trying to turn before they even get balance and down to the bottom, which is why you'll lose balance. So take that step forward, balance first, then down, turn, back, push back, okay? Break it into little pieces. We're doing 8 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, turn, center, back, down, turn, center, push back. Okay, now the legs are really working, trunk's rotating, I'm feeling warm.
ready to create some speed. If you have to go a little slower than this to keep your balance, that's fine. And again, just go as low as is comfortable for you. One more on each side. And back one more time. All right, excellent job. So now, we're ready to go. Our first exercise in this speed circuit is what we call a drop squat, okay? So I'm gonna go from this position, okay? Feet close. This is a lower impact version. I'm gonna go from here to here, all right? So I'll show you again. So my feet are actually gonna just break contact with the ground. I'm gonna try and go from a tall standing position. We warmed up with those air squats before into the bottom of that air squat position. Catch yourself, stand up. So we're going boom, stand up, reset, and trying to hinge back, catch yourself as fast as you can. We're just working at absorbing force first, okay? From a low point. I'm just here and I'm breaking contact with the ground. We're doing 6 of these. See, that's 3, 4, 5. One more, 6. Excellent. Okay, so we're just working at creating speed and then absorbing that force. The next exercise is actually a vertical jump. So now, feet are gonna be about hip width apart, all right? And all we're gonna do, use your arms here. I'm gonna have my arms overhead. I'm gonna throw them down and then jump up. So when I throw down, my knees, hips, flex as well as the ankles a little bit. I'm not trying to get as deep as possible, okay? I'm just trying to get a hinge and then I'm gonna throw the arms up and jump. So we're gonna do 6 of those, okay? And then reset each time. So from here, arms up, throw down, come up, reset. Try and cushion on the landing, okay? Land as soft as you can, land as quietly as you can. Up, catch yourself. There's 2. Down, up, 3. Get set, down, up. 4, catch yourself, really use those arms. 5, one more time. Drive through the ground. 6, excellent job. So there's our vertical jump, okay? You'll probably remember in the testing that we did, we test that vertical jump. Reason being, it measures how much force you can put down into the ground. The higher your vertical jump, the greater potential you have to create club head speed. It's a direct predictor of club head speed. Okay, the lower body vertical jump and then our upper body chest pass. So that's why we're working on this. Help those ground forces, help you get longer drives. Next exercise is a 2-step drill. So what you'll need is a speed stick, driver if you got it, or an orange whip. Any one of those 3. And then we're gonna start with this ground force exercise called the 2-step drill. Okay, so now we've got it, we're gonna get set up. Make sure you've got enough space overhead and beside you to swing. If you have to step outside for this, you can step outside. We're gonna do what's called a 2-step drill, okay? If you absolutely don't have a space to swing and you can't go outside, I'll show you a modification that you can do, but ideally there's an orange whip here. If you got a speed stick, you can have an orange whip's nice because it gives you some feedback, okay, with this weight on the end. All we're trying to do is work on weight shift. So we just worked vertical forces, now we're gonna work some horizontal forces. So that's left and right. So I'm gonna swing this forward. As I swing it forward, I'm turning my chest and then I'm gonna step back and shift weight onto this leg. So we don't wanna keep the weight on this foot. I want you to shift and load weight into this back foot as you swing forward. And then you're gonna swing the club back. As I swing it back, I'm gonna let this foot lift, the lead foot, and then I'm gonna replant it. That's what's gonna help me swing through. So in slow motion, it looks like this. Weight shift, swing, okay? So it's swing forward, step back, shift, and swing. So there's 2 steps. So it's 1 step, 2 steps, swing. Okay, we're gonna do 6 of these, nice and smooth. The goal is not absolute speed, we're talking weight shift, then swing, okay? So we want the arms to be the last thing to come through, okay? So it's weight shift first on the trail side, weight shift, my arms are still up here, then the club comes, okay? 1, 2, and swing, okay? Shift, swing one more time. Shift, and swing, okay? So there's our horizontal shift. Now we can go back to, okay, our drop squat, working on those absorbing vertical forces. From here, feet close together. We're gonna drop down quickly, boom. Come back up, reset. So from here, down to the bottom of the squat, as quickly as you can, reset. So again, we're gonna absorb that force. Boom, come up, boom, drop down, come up, drop down. Nice and soft on the landing. That was better. Last couple of my feet got a little loud, I could hear it. I want you to feel like you could barely hear my feet touch the floor compared to this, right? So we don't want to be there. I want you to be quick, absorb the force 6 times, just like that. Now we're gonna do 6 vertical jumps, as high as you can. Okay, so hopefully you've got a higher ceiling so we can use those arms, okay? Feet are gonna be hip width apart. Throw the arms up, throw down, up. Again, catch softly. Down, up, catch. So we'll push down through the ground as hard as you can. Down, up. There's 3 more. As high as you can. This is maximum effort. We're trying to get as straight as you can. So I'm hinging and then extending up. Catch. Up. One more time. Up. Excellent. So there's our vertical jump. And now, again, if you have to take a little break, let your heart rate come down, that's totally fine. We've got our orange whip. I've also got a speed stick here. You could even, if you don't have either of those, you can use a driver. Just your normal club is fine. Again, we're not working on absolute speed here. We're trying to build a foundation by getting your weight shift, your horizontal ground forces right. So we start here, swing it forward, shift, swing back, shift, swing through. Okay, so you can start slow, that's fine. Shift, shift, arms are the last thing to come through. Turn your trunk, turn your trunk. You'll see here, as I turn, start with the feet together, as I step back and turn, you can see my chest and arms move together, okay? So I'm not flicking this with the wrists, and even when I turn back, I'm trying to turn the arms and chest together like this, okay, nice and wide. So I'm going here, wide turn, then go. So let's step, step, get the weight shift, swing, weight shift. One more, swing, weight shift, weight shift. You can see how slow I'm moving. I'll do one extra to show you. I'm moving pretty slow through here. Weight shift though, I'm pressing into the ground. Swing it back, weight shift. I haven't moved very fast, and then now that I push to here, now I've got room for that speed, all right? So let's do one more round, okay? If you're getting tired, you can take a break, all right? You can hit pause. You can one more round of those. Let's do the drop squats. From here, feet close, boom, quiet landing, 6 times. Up, 3, nice and quiet, going from high down to low, really quick. 4, get set. 5, one more, 6, excellent. All right, now vertical jumps, okay? From here, feet hip width apart, throw the arms up. We're gonna throw down and go up. Catch yourself, reset. Down, up, reset. Up, catch, down, up. 4, 2 more to go. 5, last one, 6. All right, if you have to take a breather, that'll probably get the heart rate up for sure. Let's go back to the orange whip. I do like this because it gives you a little bit of feedback. Like I said, if you try and pull with your hands, you're gonna feel the big flex in the stick. When we're doing this, ideally, through the first step, I'm not putting a lot of bend into the stick this way. It's just a weight shift, swing it back. I haven't loaded it or bent it a lot. Weight shift, swing. So 1 step, 2 steps, then swing. So speed comes at the very end. 1, 2, 3. Swing, back, through. Weight shift, step back, weight shift, then through. 2 more to go. Boom, boom, boom. One more time. Shift, shift, and shift. There we go. So there's your 2-step drill. Again, that works more on the horizontal forces, pushing trail side to lead side, okay? And then we also worked at building the vertical forces. So those are gonna be 2 of the 3 vertical forces that are really, really key in terms of gaining more club head speed. This is your speed foundations workout. You could do this a couple times a week. You're probably not gonna feel stiff or sore afterwards. You might feel maybe just a little fatigued, all right? But do not do this workout 2 days in a row. Make sure you have at least a day of rest in between. I'll see you guys in the next workout.